Hello, what's up? It's me, Elyse. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be making a video about my post-grad to-do list. I am about to finish, really close to finishing my senior year at Trinity University in San Antonio, and trying to be a graphic designer. I majored in art, communication, and Spanish in my time here at Trinity, or not here, where I was at Trinity, but now I'm home and I've moved back into my home in Austin. And yeah, so here's my to-do list of things that I've gathered, because I don't know if finding a job is going to be something very easy or feasible to do right now. Unemployment rates are super duper high. So why not develop yourself, build yourself up in this time? So yeah, let's get into it. And I definitely acknowledge that I'm very privileged to be able to do this and to live at home rent-free right now, so I do want to take advantage of that. The first thing I'm going to do is continue to look for jobs in graphic design. Even though, you know, there's probably not a ton of stuff out there and I've already been rejected from so many jobs, I still want to keep looking. I think it's important to just keep putting myself out there, see what comes up. And then along with that, I also would like to learn to code, because apparently that's something that graphic designers have to do now. I didn't go to school for graphic design in particular. I'm pretty much self-taught other than a few classes. So I'm gonna need to beef up my coding skills. I can read code a little bit. I can read it enough to know what's kind of going on, but it's like when you know how to, you can hear Spanish and understand it, but you can't speak it yourself, things like that. And then I also would maybe like to look into 3D rendering, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. I know SketchUp is a thing, but I got kind of into package design near the end of my time at college. And for a lot of those packaging design jobs, you need to have experience in 3D rendering software. So I'm gonna try and do that. And also for the coding thing, I might just try Codecademy for the time being. So another thing I'm gonna do is read some books. Let me show you what books I need to read. So I guess I'll just talk about them and put them on the screen. Here's one right here though. How to Think Like a Great Graphic Designer by Debbie Millman. An icon, love her, she's amazing. Got to meet her once, which was really cool. But I'm looking off at my bookshelf. I have another book that's called Brand Thinking by Debbie Millman as well, and I think it'll really support my reading and understanding of design, things like that. And then I have a book about Bauhaus, about the school and the culture and everything around that and the legacy. So I've been putting off reading that for a while, so I would like to read that as well. I also have Meg's History of Graphic Design, just like a textbook that I have looked through a few times before, and I used it in my thesis project to do some research, but I'd like to really try and dive deeper into it and kind of maybe even treat it as like a course, like take notes on it and things like that. So those are a lot of the books I'm reading, specifically about graphic design. Other than that, Cuentos Completos, which is by Carmen Martín Gaite. I've read some of that book already. She's one of my favorite Spanish authors that I need to get back into working on my Spanish. And then there's another book. Oh, there's another one called Art-Work that is about being an artist. So I can also kind of mention, I guess, I kind of also am thinking of being an artist along with being a graphic designer. I think those two really inform each other a lot, and I'm glad that I have a good foundation in both communication and art. So I'm gonna try and build off of that more. Another thing I'm gonna do is keep making stickers. I have a Redbubble, which I can link in the description, but it is something I've really enjoyed doing for like the past 2 years, and I've actually finally started profiting a little bit off of it. I'm getting paid soon, so that's really exciting. And I know a lot of people on those websites don't ever end up making money, so the fact that I am and that people are seeing my work and buying it and enjoying it is just really exciting for me. So I'm gonna keep it going with that. I don't think it'll ever really be like a giant source of income for me, but I am still proud of what I've built, and I'm trying to get to 100 designs by the end of the year. So I'm at 62, I think I can do it, but I'll show you some of my stickers as well while I'm talking about this. But yeah, stickers. Another thing, quick thing, trying to step up my YouTube, doing that now, working on it. I don't really know why. I mean, there's not much to do right now anyway, so I think it would be fun to consistently post so I have some consistency and that I can kind of share my thoughts about things like design and art with others. My next thing is make art. That kind of is self-explanatory. I can put some of my art on the screen if you want to see what that looks like. But I just really need to keep making art, keep producing, because like I said, it is just part of me and what I like to do. And even if I do become a full-time graphic designer, which I hope I do, I still want to be making art because that's just a really important part of who I am. I would like to draw plants also is another thing I mentioned. I would also like to build my brand more, my personal brand. I think my website is already a pretty good example of my brand. If you'd like to check that out too. Promise this isn't just a promotion for myself, but if you want ideas. But in general, I like pinks, blues, purples, that kind of aesthetic, very playful, a lot of movement I like to incorporate into my work and into my branding and design. So yeah, I'd like to work on that more. So that involves, you know, posting more on my art Instagram, @Elyse Draws. Also posting on my YouTube some more, you know, those are the two things I have right now. Oh, and then also like my stickers, and then who knows, maybe start a podcast or something if things actually kind of, if I can manage having enough things going on at once. I would also like to do more yoga, and specifically Yoga with Adrienne, which I have started doing. I don't know if you can see in the background. I have her monthly calendar, and I've been trying to go with it. I get really anxious in my hands and my wrists and my back if I, just on a daily basis, and I've really found that doing this helps me. So yeah, it's great. That's on my to-do list. More talking and time with friends is another thing I have on here. I am just, you know, I've been thinking a lot about my adult friendships that I'm going to have and maintain over the rest of my life, and the fact that it makes me really sad that, you know, two of my closest friends, at least as far as I know right now, I don't know where everyone's going to be, but two of my closest friends are going to be in San Antonio. I'm going to be in Austin. It's not that far from each other, but we live together this past year, so and we didn't really get to say goodbye or anything. So I really want to make sure that I'm putting in a lot of effort to maintain these relationships. And the last thing on my to-do list is to journal a lot, and which I have been doing. It's also just another good place for me to release some of my anxiety and just get rid of it and write down what's going on. And I can use that for future artwork I'm making, stories I'm trying to tell, and things like that. So yeah, this has been my post-grad to-do list for little graphic designer in training. I don't know how the next few months are gonna go. Maybe I can document this process more, but maybe you can take some of these tips, or not really tips, but just things from my to-do list, and apply them to incorporate them into your own routines and schedules and what your plans are, because I think I'm gonna have to focus a lot more on like personal growth, but also professional growth, you know, building my LinkedIn, talking to people, reaching out to people, learning what it means to be a designer and an artist while I have this downtime. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you feel so inclined, like this video, whatever. Everything I mentioned in this video will be in the description below. So thank you, bye.